So it's Evan here at the Majorstage studio. I'd like you to introduce yourself here.
Hello, Majorstage, and everyone watching. My name is Kai Ros.
Cool. And I'm really excited for this interview. She's put out a really amazing EP. So we're going to learn a little bit about the project first, and then we're going to listen to some tracks. And yeah, kind of go from there. So one thing, if you can, say your name again, because you told me something super unique last time we hung out.
Yes.
I think the meaning of your name is a really cool way to kind of start.
Okay, cool. So my name is Kai Ros. My birth name is Kyra, and my parents got that name from the Greek word Kairos, which has a definition of God's perfect timing.
Interesting. Very cool. Okay, and I mean, let's just dive kind of into the project. So, obviously, Road to Love, and obviously there was a project before that I think obviously plays into this.
Yes,
So, kind of
Journey
explain.
to Love.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Explain the project and the meaning behind it.
Okay, so my first EP was called Journey to Love, and it was kind of me connecting to music and finding my love for music, but tapping into my most vulnerable self. And so I created this concept in my mind that I wanted to do a couple of EPs that kind of was like the journey. So first I introduced the journey to love. Now I'm on the road to love.
Gotcha.
And the next one we could end up somewhere else.
Very cool.
To love, you know?
Okay.
So that's kind of like where I'm going now. But I'm doing these EPs to kind of showcase my growth until I feel ready to do an album.
Gotcha.
That I believe can be my best work every song.
Gotcha.
So my first EP was kind of me figuring out the producer that and me, and collaborating with others as best as I could, songwriting. And this Road to Love, it's another way of me tapping into my producer, collaborating, and my songwriting, but developing it from, so it's a journey, you know?
That's it, the journey.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like just kind of starting with the first song is the perfect kind of intro, especially for people that maybe aren't familiar with your music.
Let's do
so
it.
let's listen to this first joint here.
Sweet Morning Blues,
Sweet Morning Blues.
featuring AK the Pharaoh.
Oh, actually, that's a quick question.
Yeah.
So hip hop artists, was that like, was there a purpose behind this? Or I didn't expect somebody to come out rapping right after that, which was cool.
Well, I'm from Yonkers, New York, and I feel that a lot of our artists kind of get underlooked because we're from Westchester, New York, and we're not from a borough.
Cool.
So I felt like it was my duty to collaborate with someone from my town who is amazing. He's an amazing lyricist. He's intelligent, and that's something that I really value in hip hop. So it just felt right, and I sent it to him, and it was like he sent it right back. Yeah, so I knew that it was the right thing.
Was right.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, so this is Sweet Morning Blues.
Yes.
If there's anything that stands out to you want to elaborate on, like
Okay,
in
cool.
particular, feel free.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me get it back one time, just to make sure it's like that one time. All praise to the bat one time. Crazy is how I'ma react sometime. It's how I'ma react sometime. My freedom is the only thing that we lack one time, but I got it. Got me high like narcotics. No more insulation and dry body. No more time for talk to talk though. March on the White House, make sure I get foreclosed with bars I got soul. It's cold the North Pole. You won't get everything in bulk like Costco. Be free, brother. Never let them take your shine. Never let them make your mind. We just getting started, and you know I'ma take my time. Change your mind so we can change their mind. Hey.
Oh, how I miss you. How I miss you. The sound of melodies that blow melodies through my wind. Sweet morning blues. Sweet morning blues.
Very positive.
Yeah. That's like something that I really, something that I wanted to embrace in my music is positivity, love, happiness. You know, there's a lot of dark music out there right now, you know?
Yeah.
So.
I think it's like kind of not. It's impossible to not feel good when listening
Yeah.
to this, for sure.
Thank you.
Done this live too.
Not yet. Yes, but I
It's the
will
second
December
song, right?
18th at the
Has
Paper
Realize
Box.
been performed live?
Yes,
Okay,
Realize.
so that's
Yes. And something that I wanted to focus on was the harmonies and vocals, and kind of making that the majority of the music, keeping the production simple.
So like Journey to Love, are you speaking on someone specific? Is it more of a generalization? Is it more of like a journey towards like a final state or like peace? Or is it more about like love, relationships, and like passion for another person?
So I think definitely it can be what you make it. So the first EP I spoke, there's a song called Alan Louise. Those are to my grandparents that I never got to meet. So I wrote that song to kind of feel closer to them. And I think that this is like a journey. While you're trying to reach love, you always learn more about it as you are walking through it, if that makes sense, you know? So I think that's what the journey is. And
Experience.
exactly, it's an experience. And even on this EP, Road to Love, like the cover of it, I'm on the side of a road with my guitar. And it's like, sometimes you feel that way on your journey to love, alone, but it's still bright because I have music, you know, it's like that. And also the contrast of the colors of the EPs. The first EP, it's very pastel.
Orange, right?
Yeah, it's like purple, orange, pink, stuff like that. And then this one, dark greens, black, and gray. So, but there's still a vibrance because true love, real love, still has like this gushy feeling that you can't say no to,
Gotcha.
you know?
Okay.
So yeah.
Dope. Cool. I mean, so Realize, obviously the longest track on
Yeah.
here. Is there a purpose behind that by any chance?
I think that it's definitely a song that I geared towards where women are right now, because we teach our young girls that they have to be strong, or that they have to depend on a man. But the song was to teach them that, like, realize that everything isn't what people tell you when you're younger, and learn it for yourself. So I had so much passion in it that I let go.
Dope.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Let's get into this one. Are you playing the instruments on here?
Yeah.
Is this cool
Playing
for you?
guitar, yeah.
Yep.
Once upon a time, kind of love story. Because it's not real.
I think like transitioning from the first song into this was really cool too. Like I said, it's the longest record, but I feel like it never really died out. There's still passion throughout all 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Slow
Yeah,
build,
yeah.
but it's like
Yeah.
very like rewarding at the end. which is
Yeah. And when I do this song live, it's big with the band, the drums, and it's more on time.
Yeah.
I kind of like let loose and didn't want to stick to a particular, you know.
Do you think one thing I noticed is obviously I've seen this song live. Do you struggle in a sense of like making sure that when you do a recorded version of a song that passion, that energy comes across in the record? Do you have a different approach or?
At first I was kind of nervous about that, that it wouldn't, because people, that's one of their favorite songs that I perform. But I think once I had the guitar recorded, it kind of came naturally when I laid the vocals down. Especially, I record in my house, so like it's very comfortable for me, and that's where I wrote the song. So that same type of energy is around me, you know, very free, and yeah.
So I think something I brought up to a lot of people after listening to it a couple times is I feel like I kind of look at this as like chapters in a sense where like, I don't know, there's a lot to dissect in each song, and I think that's what's really cool about it only being 5 tracks. It's like 20 minutes, but there's a lot in each song, and I feel like there's like a chapter. Does that make sense? A play, theater, it seems like a scene.
A story,
in a sense. Where certain artists need that whole album to get across it, where in this, I feel like there's 5 different stories within it, which is really cool.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to talk about the next song,
me too.
Heat. Once again, the timing too. I feel like with the long record and then this coming in, it was like, whoa. Okay. Fire. Very cool.
My fave on it.
Yeah, and it seems like from social media you've been getting a lot of response with this particular song.
Yes,
cool.
Definitely.
What do you think has to do with that?
I think it brings a sense of nostalgia because when I created this record, it was to pay tribute to a lot of greats that I look up to, and kind of them making music for people to dance and to enjoy themselves and not to think, just let loose, you know? So it's funny, like someone made a line dance already to it, so we're trying to get that video rolling. But that's kind of what I wanted, like family reunion, like that comes on and everyone gets up and it's like, you can't help but tap your foot. Even the uncle that doesn't even dance, can't help it, he's moving, you know?
I think, once again, to the like timing of this record particularly, I feel like it's a break in a sense, where it's like, the other songs I'm really listening to like what you're saying, and not that I'm not listening to what you're saying in this song, but it was very like feeling, like
exactly.
I want to dance, I want to feel free.
And these lyrics are very simple, so that was kind of the point, like, feel it, you know, like, exactly.
Dope.
Exactly.
Very cool. You mentioned like influences. So I hear Mary J. Blige. I know that obviously
and she's from Yonkers,
which is interesting. So who are some other influences, or her particularly?
As a musician, well, I won't even say that because they're all musicians, but Beyonce is a really huge influence vocally.
Gotcha.
Michael Jackson, Prince, Lauryn Hill, Leanne LaHavis, so many, Jill Scott, so many.
Gotcha.
So many. And I think that's why my record has so many different vibes, because I'm fed so many different genres and types of music. I grew up in church, so gospel, like it's all over the place.
I feel like faith is pretty important. So does that play a pretty big role in your music?
100%, yes, definitely. I don't make anything or put anything out without tapping into my faith and God and who I like, what I believe in, and I make sure not to challenge that in any way. You know,
Gotcha.
I try to make sure that I'm 100% sure that what I put out is going to represent me well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna jump to my phone real quick because
Cool.
I wanna read this tweet. So give me a second. Boom! Fun little surprise. I'm digging up old tweets of yours.
Yeah.
So you did say that you were purging for your future,
Yes.
which I thought was like really interesting, and I think like especially like from the journey perspective, I think that you saw this in the past, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So if you can just elaborate a little bit on that and like growth
Okay.
in general.
Okay, again, I'm a very spiritual person. I listen to the innermost being of myself, and I try to kind of, even people in my life, habits, everything, I try to make sure that I want to be the best version of myself, especially as a musician. And sometimes we allow habits and people, relationships, to stop you from being your most authentic self. And I 100%, now that I'm here in the future from the past, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
I can tell you 100% when you feel that you should purge whatever it is, again, I said habits, relationships, do it. And it may hurt during it, and that's okay, you know? Pain has to come for you to feel better after, you know?
Yeah, I feel like
So-
it leads us back to like what we talked about before, experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Through experience.
Exactly.
Is cool.
Exactly.
So let's get to Worth My Love here.
Yeah.
Speaking anyone specifically?
No, I actually wrote this song after Mac Miller died.
Ah,
Yeah.
you a big Mac Miller fan, or was
No,
it more of
it-
just like the impact?
I think we're losing a lot of greats to drug overdoses or potential legends to drug overdoses, and I think I have a special place in my heart for those people. But kind of the whole thing, like seeing Ariana Grande from afar, obviously, deal with that, but just trying to go into places of a woman or a man who loses someone that they love, and they reminisce back over the times that they've spent with them that, you know, are the good times. And it's just like at the beach, chilling, eating, watching the sunset, like that type of vibe. That's what yeah. And my brother's actually, he did the drums on this. Yeah, Ray.
Shout out to
Yeah,
bro.
yes,
Nice,
yes.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, Worth My Love. I mean, so to elaborate a little bit more on like, I guess,
Okay.
death in general.
So nothing's worth my love if I can't be with you. It's kind of like one of those songs where if you really say that to somebody, it's kind of an extreme. Like, I don't want to live if I can't live without you. Kind of like one of those lines.
And I feel like sometimes people don't realize that until it's too late.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those like, the grass isn't green when I'm not with you. Like things that we see as reality, it's not normal anymore without you. Like what I need and what I've grown up seeing, I can't do it without you. One of those, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think it all leans back to the road again.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I mean, is there anything else like about this record in particular?
So each song, again, I feel like love is should be more of the center, but it is the center of everything. Everyone's searching for it. Everyone wants it. And like a big deal for me was to make sure that I put that within each song in a different way, you know.
I feel like I picked up on that.
Yeah.
Like I said, the chapters sense of
Yeah.
it, where you can really fall in love with one song, but when you listen to it cohesively, it all really makes sense, which is cool. What do you think you want people, like, so say for people that aren't familiar with you, what do they want? What do you want them to take from this album, or at the EP at the end?
I want you to be happy when you listen to my music. If you were in a bad mood, I want you to be in a better one. I want you to think about the things that you appreciate in life, the small things like going to dinner with your loved ones, dancing with your loved ones, thinking about the problems that we have in this world, but not in a way that makes you down, but in a way to empower you to make a change. And just to have fun and create as much as you can if you're an artist, if you're creative, and to do your best at whatever you tap into, you know? Yeah.
Got you. Is there anyone like in particular you'd like to like thank for this? Yeah.
Definitely. Jay Prez, the engineer, like he put up with a lot for me.
Yeah.
I told you he mixed that really fast. My brother for just helping me, always pushing me to be better as a musician. My band for always helping me create. Honestly, Majorstage, like you guys, I told you this before, you gave me a platform and you put pressure on me to tap into a greater part of me, and I appreciate that. My parents for giving me the liberty to express myself, even though I grew up in a very religious setting. They give me freedom, and not a lot of people give that, so definitely.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
So, like, does that play into the whole journey on the road, where them giving you that freedom to kind of discover?
Definitely,
Yeah.
100%. They're such supportive human beings, and they're great human beings, because my father's a pastor, and a lot of kids that grow up in church aren't allowed to express themselves in ways because they're scared that they'll be judged or, you know, by the church, which kind of sucks. But I didn't grow up that way, and I'm very appreciative.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And what's for people out there? What is next? So like we have 2019 is right around the corner here. So like what's next for you?
We're recording the next single next month.
Ooh,
Yeah.
next single.
So
Cool.
first quarter next year.
Got you. And are we still gonna be on a road?
I don't know. We'll see.
We will see. We will see. But I really appreciate you. I mean, I don't have to say it on camera, but I feel like we have a really great relationship.
Definitely.
I
Appreciate you
see
as
the
well.
progression. I see the potential. I'm very excited to,
Thank you.
continue to learn about you and see the music. And obviously, Majorstage has your back.
Thank you
Those type of
guys.
things. Yeah,
I
for
appreciate you guys.
sure. Okay.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes.
you. Thank you, guys. Majorstage Studio, Majorstage Interviews.
Yes.
Peace, peace.
Peace, guys.